Oh, okay, cool, we're working. Hey, welcome back to Age of Empires, the Age of Kings. I didn't mean to say hey 3 times there. What a weird, what a weird world I live in. Alright, welcome back to Age of Empires, the Age of Kings. Um, what a wonderful start. I'm gonna leave that on. See my shame, witness me. Um, uh, against my better judgment, playing another episode of this. I was like, well, maybe I'll just do the whole Lionheart campaign. Maybe after that, consider doing the Joan of Arc campaign, but probably not. The idea being, well, this is fairly easy to record, and I like to play it, right? I hated editing it. I hated seeing the finished product on YouTube. It looked really bad because of the weird ass resolution, right? But hell, why not? You know, let's just do it. That's what I said. That's what I ended up saying. I'm like, whatever. What do I care at this point? So we'll see how we'll see how this campaign goes and whether I keep playing this game. Remember, we were doing the Richard the Lionhearted campaign. Here, Richard the First earns the title Lionhearted, I believe, when fighting rebels in Aquitaine. So there's that. Henry the Younger doesn't die in the rebellion. Henry the Younger dies from dysentery. Yes, I guess during the rebellion, but the dialogue that happened in the match kind of made it seem as if he was like a casualty of war. Henry the Younger was not a casualty of war. He just died of fucking dysentery. Well, maybe it wasn't dysentery. It might not have been dysentery. I'm gonna walk that back. Let me just back up. But he just died of illness. So it's like, no, that's not. It's not a casualty of the campaign. It's a casualty of disease. It's not the same. Anyway, it's not the same as to what they were making it sound like. And yes, King Henry, even though his son was rebelling, let's walk this back too. Before Henry the Younger and Richard had a spat with each other, Henry the Younger, Richard, and Godfrey? No, it was not Godfrey. I think it's Geoffrey. I think Richard's younger brother is Geoffrey the First or something like that. They all rebelled and fought King Henry alongside the French king, King Louis the Seventh, maybe. And they lost. They had some initial successes. Also, joining in this rebellion were a couple of lords in England. I believe one of them was a Scottish king, whose name I can't remember at this point in time, who ended up no longer being a vassal of England, I think, because Richard was like, damn, I'm going on crusade, it's expensive, I will sell a whole bunch of privileges to people. And that dude was like, hey, can I not be a vassal anymore? And Richard's like, what's your bid? And he's like, 10,000 marks. And Richard's like, hot damn, sold. Either that or he negotiated his freedom. I don't know which thing happened. But yeah, Richard was like, give me that 10,000 pounds, marks, whatever the fuck we're talking about here. I don't know what currency was used. I believe it's marks. Give me that 10,000 marks and good to go. And Richard at one point was alleged to have said, I would have sold London if I could find a buyer, because let me tell you, going on crusade, very expensive, as one would expect. Richard, I believe, takes a water route to the Middle East, and then I think he turned around and went to Cyprus afterwards, because, like, there was just a lot of weird circumstances in the Third Crusade, and essentially Richard was going to get married, right? And so his mother was bringing along, I think Eleanor of Aquitaine was escorting his soon-to-be wife, whose name I cannot remember. She is from Navarre, I believe. Southern border, so that would secure the southern border of Aquitaine. And they, like, stopped in Cyprus, and the Cyprus king was, like, bullying them, and so Richard was like, nah, bitch, not on my watch. Everybody get in the goddamn boat, we're turning this shit around, and just went to Cyprus, kicked that dude's ass, and took over Cyprus, which really pissed off the Byzantines, because that was their vassal. There's a lot of reasons that Richard's life goes downhill after the Third Crusade. One of them is taking over Cyprus. Another reason is just the fact that Philip II and John, his younger brother John, the youngest brother of the three brothers, the brother that King Henry liked the most, because the other 3 all rebelled against him. So he's like, you know what, John, who was 5 when you rebelled, he's my new favorite because he was too fucking young to fight me. Anyway, they were scheming and doing things up there while Richard was on crusade, because Philip II obviously left crusade well before Richard did. Anyway, don't know how I got there. Don't really care. Henry the Younger dies by illness. Richard fights. Richard had joined with those guys to fight King Henry. They initially started winning. Then they started losing. Early in the tide turn, Henry's like, "So you guys want to make peace?" And Louis VII was like, "No. You 3 dipshits, when you revolted, you signed an oath that I get to tell you when to surrender. That I make the decision. So on my advice, we ain't taking this surrender deal." And so then they kept fighting, and they lost badly, and they got a worse deal. So there you go. And Richard was like left out of the deal negotiations, which is kind of hilarious. His brothers totally were like, fuck Richard. But then Richard is told by Henry at some point in juncture, go punish the nobles who had rebelled with you. I know that you're now on my team, and they're theoretically should be on my team as well, but go punish them. Does that, gets in a spat with Henry the Younger at some juncture during it. Of course, Henry the Younger dies during it, blah, blah, blah. And then, this brings us to this mission. Henry II's like, Richard, you're going to become King of England. Even though I don't really necessarily like you the most, but if you're going to become King of England, I'm going to requisition Aquitaine and give it to John as part of his inheritance, because you don't need all of this. You're going to be King of England. John needs something, and he's going to get Aquitaine. And Richard's like, fuck that, and that's why we're here. That's how we got to here. So, that's the backstory as far as I can remember it, which is not correct, probably, but close enough, right? And yeah, so this is mission 2 of Richard the Lionhearted's campaign. We've taken a look at it. It's a black map, so here we go. Continuing the save mission, let's do it. How long did I take with that whole backstory of Richard? 13 minutes? This episode is phenomenal already. I have wasted everybody's time. Thank you very much. I'm gonna leave now. Goodbye. That might be content. That might be a good 13 minutes of content. We don't know. Some of that is correct. Some of that backstory and history is correct, I believe. Alright, so looking at this map, it looks as though if we go left here, which would, if we turn the, are we facing north? Is the top of that north? If we go northwest, there shouldn't be enemies, right? That would be, you would think northwest might be clean of enemies. I don't know how this map works. I don't remember it. There might be 2 enemy cities, and if there are, I would kind of think they'd be, south of our position. Because that's just, there's more room over there. So you would think that by the map layout, that's where the enemies would be. Or, who knows? So, I'm just going to say that we're avoiding corners. We move back here first to at least secure this location, be sure that it's good, and then if there's resources back there, there should be safe, right? So that's kind of the overall strategy at this juncture. Scout cavalry. I've learned how to better play, control-wise, so that's fun. Also, want to point out, Bayonne, one of the cities that was mentioned in the last mission, it was Bayonne for one French rebel group and Talos for the other. I'm pretty sure Bayonne is located in the Pyrenees Mountains. So there should have been some more hills surrounding that city. You MFers. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain that that should have been the thing. Fairly certain. Give me right off the. Do I need to build anything? What am I starting building? Looks like I have a barracks, a stable, blacksmith, and an archery range. Okay. Oh, what are my goals, by the way? Build a wonder. Oh, that's gonna take fucking forever, but sure, I'll build a goddamn wonder. Recover a relic, and expand to 4 town centers. Cool. Awesome. The build a wonder thing means that we have to play this mission until the 4th age. And of course, we have to build a wonder. So, God, that's going to take forever. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. That's a... oops. Hold on. Let me Let me walk this back. Alright. Okay. We're definitely going to be building. We're not going to be building right away. Therefore, we don't need the wheelbarrow. The best research that we can take for this first turn, if we want to optimize, is going to be horse collar. Because the only thing I'm going to build right out the gate right now, don't know why I did that, is going to be this farm. Then I'm going to build a farm next turn. It's already really cheap. Wheelbarrow will not be saving me much money on that. So, wheelbarrow will be useful. We will get wheelbarrow. 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 We will get that pretty quick. But out the gate, we're not getting, it's not that important. I need to discover as much of the map as possible, and by doing so, I'm going to sacrifice units. Because it has to happen. I just need to mark down the map to know where the enemy, not only to know where the enemy is, but because if an enemy attacks you from a place that you can't see, you don't get a fight back. The character just takes the damage. Which typically shouldn't happen because your sight lines should be good enough for you to see that, but some terrain minuses your sight lines. So as long, it's just I just want to see everything. I want to be able to prepare where the enemy is coming from. I want to know where they're coming from, and I want to be able to fight them. Right? I need to secure my location. And part of that's just going to be knowing where they're coming from. Richard's impossible to kill. He's not Jeanne of Arc level of impossible, which is I really love playing Jeanne because she's impossible to kill. You can't kill her. She just heals for 20 HP no matter what you do. It's awesome. I love her so much. She's also an infantry hero, which out of all of the heroes, I don't think any other hero is an infantry hero. I'm pretty sure every other hero is cavalry. She's the only infantry hero to my knowledge. She herself is riding a horse, but her unit is infantry, so she's classified as infantry. And yeah, she's just great. So she would be invincible, but any hero character is pretty damn durable, hard to remove, especially in these early ages. They're hard to get off the battlefield, so we can have Richard just kind of tank the damage for a bit. I'm going to pause this here because I'm having some stuttering. So I'm gonna not stuttering, but I'm having the game's kind of lag. It's whenever I can't explain the damn things. I repeat, it's stuttering. That's all I got. It's too damn early in the morning for me. Okay, I closed some things, so maybe that'll help, or it won't. Might have to actually reset the reset the game again, like whenever there was the horsey. Because I did just play. You know what? I'm just gonna reset the game. It'll make much more sense to do that. Let me just save and exit. I was just playing a hard mode, that hard mode map that I had started last episode. I was just finishing that up. It took to like 70 some turns. Ob was the best. Turtle sucks. Turtle is the worst. Turtle is crap. Okay? Turtle doesn't expand at all. Turtle just stayed on that goddamn island and had one villager kind of peek out, maybe I'll maybe expand, and then just didn't ever expand, didn't do anything. Av at least tries to expand, doesn't really expand, but kept, had a decent attack whenever they wanted to push out, and kept their defenses tight and their resources were good. Turtle's resource economy fell apart because they were locking themselves that one tiny island. Attila obviously expanded a lot. That was the only faction that managed to take over another island before I started going out and killing everybody because I got tired of waiting. But Attila obviously pushes too far out and is exploitable. And Av and I both exploited him at different times. Av exploited him early. I exploited him for the rest of the game and killed him after that. Good times. Anyway. The campaign. Back to the mission. Continue the mission. Alright, back to it. Yeah, so Av's probably the best. Attila is fun because he'll at least start the shit hot. He'll start it early. He'll make that interesting from the get-go, whereas Av makes it more interesting middle game. No enemy is going to be useful, though, in this game. You can outlast everybody. Okay, so we know Richard is bottom, so he's definitely south. Not only is he south, it seemed like they were coming from, right over here. So he might be right down here. Maybe right here. That might be the spawn of one of his towns. Basing on that's going to be the assumption that we base this on. I'm going to go straight here. Yep. See, hey, I found his town. Bordeaux. Bordeaux might be the town where, one of Marie Antoinette's descendants was like, nah, bitch, I'm gonna hang out here. When Napoleon was like, all of you need to get the out of here. You know, all you royals need to get lost. And she was like, I'm gonna stay in Bordeaux. And then Napoleon's army came, and she was like, you know what? I'm not gonna risk the lives of the Bordeaux people. I'll leave. And Napoleon's like, wow, look, hey, somebody with balls in that family, willing to actually, you know, do something instead of just hide behind everybody else. Good for you. That's the short of that story. Are you happy that I keep doing these very short stories? I bet you're not. Alright, so we have a scout cavalry up here. I'm going to imagine... militia. I have to imagine that his town up here is probably like rightish right here. It's pretty close, I would imagine. So my options really are... There's really no option. I have to push south and take this town out quick. That's just going to be what has to happen. And Richard's already down there, so it just makes more sense to push that way. While guarding this top bridge, we will not know what's over to our right-hand side for the most part. But I don't anticipate there being a really substantial force very close to me. As we can see, there's already that road split. I'm going to bet that there is a town down here and that there's a town up here. That would be my bet that I'm going to make. So what I'm saying is our east side should be safe. We should be able to safely ignore that for the most part. I have a unit cap that I keep just magically forgetting about. But that should be pretty safe. We push hard on south, right? And get rid of that early. And it will be easy to get rid of because we can fire arrows from these hills, which will just make that very easy. Assuming I can clear some of my goddamn units and get archers. Because this damned unit cap at 7, when I'm at the disadvantaged position, is not helpful. Alright, let's get this wheelbarrow thing started. Because we're waiting on wheelbarrow, I'm going to just build a farm for now. Gotta get that scout cavalry to come back. Oh, they have a light cavalry. Ooh, how cute. Oh, ow. Ow. They have a light cavalry already right on my base. What a dick. Okay. If that light cavalry came out of nowhere, so that kind of cements my thought process on where that other village was. Because that light cavalry would have just... The AI tends to just know where you are. They don't really have to play by that rule of figuring it out. So... It makes me think that I'm right on the money where I think they are. We are going to be... This unit cap thing is going to piss me off, I can tell you that. Focusing on farms. And my research for this round should be... I imagine that what will benefit me the most is taking the fletching ability for archer support. And this guy just needs to go piss up a bridge. Get rid of that. And this dude's pretty much fucked, but I can at least put him on to plus 20% defense, and he might make both of those two have to attack him. Which will at least buy me a turn. King Henry, day 3. Well, that's a dick move. That poor archer. Alright, well, man-at-arm's dead. And there's a light cavalry rolling up. And there goes my farm. Oh, no. Richard might need to return to help. Sire, this advanced scout brings news. King Philip of France has agreed to supply your army with troops. A detachment of cavalry, light infantry, and archers are marching from the east. And shall arrive in due course. Okay, well, am I going to command them, or is King Philip II going to command them? Because honestly, I'd rather King Philip II command them, but okay. Yeah. We now have a scout cavalry who is taking up more of my unit space. MFer. I mean, really, that is the tragedy here. I need units. I will have no siege units. I will not build another town. I will do nothing else until the southern town is taken over, at which point I will probably just build a town center right on top of it. Oh my god, scout cavalry, injured. My villager, slightly wounded. My scout cavalry, still alive, weird move. My mill, minorly damaged. More enemy troops. You're on a blacksmith, that's a perfect place for you to stand. You didn't kill the guy, but you know what? It's good enough. Because guess what? He's gonna get the ultimate indignation. Dun dun dun! Pitchfork. That'll show him. I hope you like being pitchforked, bitch. Because you're dead? Yes! The peasants got their revenge. A little bit of early pressure. Stop it. Oh no, my villager. He was eating one unit cap. You fool, now you're doomed. You've doomed yourself. You've dumbed yourself right out of position. Alright, they're training a couple extra men. Fine by me, I will kill them all. Like so. Ah, damn it, he lived. Hold on. Hold on. Like so. Alright, he's dead now. I've done it. Ow. They have archers, guys. Damn it. It's okay, though. I can at least build this first. Skirmishers can be used kind of like archers. Their range is lower, though. So that's why I don't really use skirmishers in general. Because the range is shorter. Archers get to have like 3 range at some point, so it's pretty grand. So I'll use these skirmishers as a defender to help the bridge guy. Go ahead, King Henry. What are you gonna do? Try to claim Aquitaine for John. He sucks. He couldn't take it himself even if he tried. He has to rely on Papa to come help him. It's bullshit. Oh, my range is so short as these stupid skirmishers. Eat this. Ow. Right. For whatever reason, you're not allowed to attack there. It probably says why, doesn't it? Let me see. If we look at Swamp, siege and cavalry units may not enter. Minor amounts of damage. More minor amounts of damage. If I was Jean, you would all be screwed. Let me tell you what. I'd just stand here and heal. And it'd be egg on your faces. Wouldn't be anything you could do to stop me. And I'd laugh at all of you. These dudes didn't even move. Sometimes, like I've mentioned before, sometimes the AI doesn't take their turns. I don't understand why. I don't like that they don't do that. It's basically a freebie for me, and I hate that shit. Because I don't need handouts. I need victory. Henry's score is very high. Look at that high score. 2,900. Good for him. His military score is double my military. Almost. It's actually not, but you know, whatever. I created some troops. That's probably, you know, too tough for him. His economy's okay. Technology, he is advanced higher than me from the time that I guess I didn't learn things. Good for him. He's not that far ahead of me. So, certainly not far enough to beat me. He could have 100 years and he still wouldn't beat me. It's my new favorite line, I guess. You could try for 100 years and you'll never beat me. Not with your crappy leadership skills. Oh shit, he's beating me. He's making a fool out of me. Sire, the French troops have arrived. They say King Philip's knights are close behind, leading more troops with siege weapons. Okay. Oh, I'm in control. God damn it. Well, maybe King Philip's gonna show up with like actual army though, and I don't have to command everything myself. Ah, man, I'm not gonna be able to hire any more units forever. Oh. Well, something I could do. Since I don't know if I'm gonna have to command King Philip's troops, right? It might be wise to look for another enemy town, because if we find it, the siege equipment doesn't have to go very far, right? It can just go straight to there, and we can wipe that town out. Assuming that the siege equipment is useful siege equipment, and not like just scorpions, which aren't really siege equipment. It should be classified as such, because they can only be used on infantry units. They can't do anything to a building. They aren't siege equipment if they can't be used on a building. God damn it, game. But anyway. But killing infantry helps you take over. No. Siege equipment's supposed to be classified as being able to be useful against buildings. God dang it. Because the entire point of a goddamn siege is to get through the thing that's impeding you, the walls. You don't siege a town without walls. You siege a place that has walls because the walls are stopping your overwhelming force from taking out the defenders. The only thing that matters in a siege are the walls. Hence, siege equipment is for walls. Or alternatively, forcing the defenders to surrender by getting around the walls in some way. Such as, the tower that drops the bridge and troops are now on the wall. That's designed to circumnavigate the thing that's stopping you from destroying the enemy army, the wall! So siege equipment can't be a scorpion. God damn it. Whoever designed this game, you're an idiot. There, alright, we're good. Obviously, that's a bit. I'm not really, none of that. I will stand by my definition of siege. That part wasn't a bit, but the bit was calling the guy an idiot. He's not an idiot for classifying the Scorpion as a siege unit. It was a siege unit in Age of Empires 2. They're keeping the classification. And in Age of Empires 2, it could attack. It could attack buildings. So if we throw this pikeman on there, he might not last very long. I think he kills this guy. Sweet. Okay, cool. We stand still. We just need to get a building up in the farm so that I can heal off of it. Hey, can I train anyone? Oh, I can't? Weird. I wonder why. I wonder why. And the rest of you take this road and join our forces over here. Because apparently I don't need to defend at all, is what we've discovered. Like, no one else came. They had that initial attack and then nothing else happened. Tracking is really useful. If you don't have tracking, by age 4, enemy archers will outrange your archers and you won't be able to attack back. So, you really do need to pick up tracking. At least at some juncture. Go ahead, King Henry. Show me what you've got. I will take it. Right on the chin. Ow. 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 Hey, look, the archer shot worked. Aha. Do you feel stupid, enemies? You should. I'm dying. Goodbye.
Ready.
Build me one farm. Oh, I could shoot their town center. I won't do that. I'll choose not to do that. I'll choose to be more useful with my attack. Ow. My light cavalry, no. I need it so much. You prick. If there is one thing I care about, it's the status of my archers. You're a prick.
Ready.
Attack. Do minor amounts of damage. Yes.
Ready.
Retreat. Who cares if you die? You're really not that important. Stab. Oh, you didn't even kill him? I should have seen that one coming. Can I get to that farm, or is that too far? It's just in my range, so I'm going to go over here and heal. While healing, I'll kill this dude. Awesome. Castle Age. Hey, I'm here. Are you at the Castle Age? You are too. Ah, shitty. Very shitty. I was hoping I'd be here alone. Die, fool! Alright. I am curious. I'm going to send this guy out on an expedition. Holy shit, Knight Templar. That's... God damn it, Richard. Or God damn it, Henry. That's just rude. Alright, they're refortifying. I need to right away kill that archer. Get out of here. You're not allowed. You're not welcome. No one likes you. And... get rid of their melee forces first. It'll ease the path. You stab, you leave for now. If there's a Knights Templar, you will be useful for that fight, and I can't really do anything else with you over there at the second. Day 6. Aw, camels, you pricks. Okay. Well, that's annoying, but that's about all that will be. Eat this! Shit. Goddamn zeal ability. More troops from King Philip. They say the siege weapons are proving more difficult to transport than they expected. A group of soldiers and holy men have remained behind to guard them on the journey, but their exact arrival is uncertain.
Ready.
Cool, dude. I don't think it matters. I guess it was good that I didn't let that knight die, because it wouldn't have mattered.
Ready.
Would have been over my unit limit again, because King Philip's soldiers that I don't want, because they're not the right configuration of soldiers as the strategy I'm currently using, keep showing up. I don't want knights.
Ready.
I don't need them. I'll take the longswordsmen. I don't really need knights. I want archers. That's my whole strategy right now, is archers. That's my strategy, and I can't fucking use my own strategy, because this guy keeps handing me too many units. So... And none of them are capable of killing the Knights Templar. I mean, the pikemen will help. But other than that, I'm pretty fucked.
Ready. Batal.
Now, what if I go after this prick? He will not die even with 2 attacks, I don't believe. You're dead next turn. I'm telling you that right now. I will kill you next turn. You will not survive the next round of fighting. So there's your warning, idiot. You better fight me. You better attack somebody. You better do something, because that dude's dead otherwise. That was a stupid decision. And now he's even more certain of death. I will make sure he doesn't survive. Kill him. I'm going to murder him.
Ready.
Watch as I kill you.
Ready.
Tell me how hell looks.
Batal.
I'll be very interested to hear
Ready. Go.
the full report from you.
Batal.
When I meet you down there, that basically wins that fight. I mean, that was the last real threat that I even had, right? Like, fuck. He's done. This is over.
Batal.
Put a fork in it. This match is done. Do I even need to show any more of it? Probably not.
Ready.
And that's not being facetious. That's, in all honesty, I don't think I need to show any more of this match.
Batal.
He's
Ready. Go.
he's not in a position to beat me in any capacity anymore.
Batal.
Piece of shit. I'll have to send an escort. That's a terrible, terrible tragedy.
Ready.
But I have to send an escort out now.
Go.
Holy shit!
Ready.
Sound the alarm! Wee-oo, wee-oo. We need reinforcements! We need reinforcements!
Batal.
Planes charge and zeal. Oh god, ow. Oh god, ow. Ugh. Ow. But that's gone. Oh, 1 down, 2 maybe to go, or 1 to go. I don't know. This is already well past the hour mark. So we're up at 1 hour and about 17 minutes. So, at last, the French forces have arrived, my lord. However, King Philip regrets that he can spare no more. So here's what he sends you. He sends you a 2-handed swordsman, which I'm in H3. That's an H4 unit. And he sends you throwing axemen, which are the French unit that they can summon from there. Castle, even though the range on this game is only 1, which kind of makes them a little bit useless, honestly, because they're not strong enough physically that they're great with their great frontline units. Like they are good frontline units, but there's better options. So he sent me an elite monk and a trebuchet. I'm glad I got 1 siege item. Great, thanks. A quick look at all of King Henry's towns, although this one might be one that was built later. This is just a normal town center up here to the north of me. And then there's also Rochefort that was up here to the north of me. And then over here, just a little ways away, is another random town center that might have been built later. And then over here-ish, somewhere around here was the other one. I think it's like right here. It's Tours, I believe. So, yeah. Just breaking it down slowly, crumbling his defenses. It's not been hard, it's just tedious. This wonder brings elation to your people, my king, and further exposes the stubborn cowardice of your father's hostilities. Thanks, game. It's not even built yet. Your foothold is now firm in these lands, my lord. With strong support from here, your people are prepared to march onward. There, I have all of those town things done. Hooray me! So powerful. This match is just about done, so we'll just watch it from here, I suppose. No reason not. Didn't mean to do that. Meant to build a farm, but you know what? Who cares? The match is won. The game's over. But this is over. I just need to recover that relic that's lying on the ground from where I murdered a monk, and destroy these last three towns. There's 3 towns left, but they're basically useless. Oh, it just counts. Just by picking it up, not even taking it back. Wow, that's stupid. Okay. I'm surprised I haven't repaired that building. It's been burning for like 25 turns or something like that. From whenever I first came up here, I damaged that. Come on, Henry, just pass your turn. You've lost. Just give up. There's a mobile game that I played very, very briefly, because it's very short and very, very simple. It's anti-YOY, anti-YOY, I don't know. But it had a cool mechanism in that when it was really clear that you were going to win, the game just said, do you want to end the match? Victory's yours. Like, it just gave up. And I was like, oh, cool, thank you very much. Let's move along.
Batal!
Henry's mistake has cost him dearly. His armies cannot stand against your superior cunning. His throne shall soon be yours. Duh! Ha! 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 There was one war where like Henry spent like 20,000 marks on mercenaries to beat his sons up. I think that was the first time they fought. I don't remember, but pretty funny. All right, Richard's revolt was successful, and the struggle for succession was over. Richard was formally named as King Henry's heir to both England and Aquitaine. As an added bonus, Richard's mother Eleanor was freed from her imprisonment. As for King Henry, he was a broken man, a victim of the ambitions bred into his own children. He retreated into exile in Chinon and died later that year. Richard would eventually come to regret his actions against his own father. Fuck that. But first there were other matters to attend to. From the far Crusader kingdoms in the Holy Land came grievous news. Yeah, why would I regret anything? He came at me. I just retaliated. But whatever. That'll do it for this episode of Richard the Lionhearted's campaign in Age of Empires, the Age of Kings for the Nintendo DS. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye. That took like 2.5 hours, probably.